Welcome back. She is known for her work as a writer for the show The Wire, aired on HBO. And this morning, author and playwright Kia Corthron is here now talking about her new book and an upcoming event happening this weekend in the Derby City. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Glad to have you with us. Before we jump into your book and your accomplishments, just give us a little bit of background about your inspiration and what got you into writing.
I am a political writer. I've always written about issues of prison or racism or women's issues. So yeah, that's what's always driven me.
And you always grabbed a pen then to write it down. Perfect. So you worked on that show, The Wire. So many people know about that. What was that experience like for you?
It was actually just one episode.
Okay.
And the reason was it was the 4th season, which was dealt with middle school. And I had written, as a playwright, had written a play with girl gangs. And so even though that was about boys, they thought, well, she can write about young people. So it was fun. It was because until then, my scripts as a playwright, of course, always came directly from me originally. So it was fun jumping into a story that was somebody else's story. It's already written and I'm sort of in the middle of the story. It was an interesting challenge.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Funnels into my next question about a playwright. We talked about writing, but what really honed you in to go that route with playwriting?
You know, it was actually when I grew up in Maryland and I went to the University of Maryland undergrad, and it was the very last class. In the 2nd grade from then on, my teacher told me that I should be a writer, but I didn't know what type of writer. And I took a class in playwriting there, and I became very inspired by the audience reaction, that immediacy. And until then, I got lots of compliments on my writing, but it actually mattered more that when my scene was over, that the class was very quiet and didn't quite know what to say because they were effective, and that actually mattered to me more than all the flattery.
Wow. So while you are here, this book right here, let's talk about your book, the title, and what do you want readers to take away from it?
The Castle Across the Magnet Carter, and it has to do with 4 brothers, 2 white and 2 black, and they one starts in rural Alabama in the black family in a small town in Maryland, much like where I grew up. One of the characters is deaf, the main characters. One is a young black boy who discovers he's gay as a child, and one of the black brothers grows up to be a lawyer during the early civil rights movement, and that's where the climax, where everything comes together with the families.
Wow. And at that time frame, though, but this is so telling for what's going on in society probably right now, would you say?
A lot of it is, yes. Yeah.
So you're going to be at an author series. It's this weekend at the African American Heritage Center. What are you hoping? Why do you want people to come out to this?
Yeah, you know, when this all happened, I'm actually really thrilled to find out. I didn't realize about the author series. I'm really thrilled that I'm part of a whole series.
Ta-da!
So yes. Well, I hope that people will be, looking at books and new books and be introduced to them, and that be excited by what people are writing today.
Yeah. So Ms. Kia, we got to get the message out. If there's parents or some of those young writers at home and they're like you, they always take to put their thoughts on paper, what would you say to that person if they want to get into TV or playwriting? Talk to them.
To stick to your heart and to write what your heart is telling you, and not to, I mean, there are many ways that if you study writing that you can go other directions later if you wish, but some people feel like, oh, I should go in this direction because that's where I can get a good job, even if it makes them happy. I mean, it makes them unhappy, and I say that then you can be safe and sorry, but really go for what your heart is telling you, and you will not regret it.
Beautiful advice. Website to get more information about your book?
You can Google me, Kia Corthron. It's Kia-author, and
keep up with you and follow you and order the book if they're interested.
Yes, please.
Okay. Well, remember, you can catch Miss Kia tomorrow afternoon at the Kentucky Center for African American Heritage. The event also featuring a conversation with U of L's theater chair starts at 3. It is free, Kentuckiana, and there will be a book signing on 17th and Ali. You'll find all of this information on WHAS11.com once we get off air. Miss Kia, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Let's go ahead and send it out to read.